Hey good people, and welcome back to the channel. In just a few moments, you'll get to hear my thoughts and feelings on the showdown between Olajuwon and Pastor Cal with Dr. Pepper. This happened towards the end of episode 13, and I wish I could say that I was surprised by it. So leading up to the showdown, Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper were having one-on-one meetings with all of the remaining couples for the episode. An argument could be made that intervention from Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal was definitely needed in every episode this season, but that's neither here nor there. We get to see Pastor Cal meeting with Katina, and during this meeting, he asked her about her marriage to Olajuwon. And in typical Katina fashion, she speaks very highly of the experience and positively of Olajuwon. Pastor Cal then digs a little deeper regarding issues in the marriage, and that's when Katina recalls the incident with Olajuwon going through her phone and seeing the dating app. Now I've come to call this incident Bumblegate, and I'm still a little conflicted over it, because Olajuwon had the right to feel some sort of way about it, but in my opinion, Olajuwon had no business going through Katina's phone to begin with. But Katina tells Pastor Cal all about it. Pastor Cal then challenges Katina to make an effort to get to know Olajuwon's triggers, because knowing is half the battle. I would agree with Pastor Cal if Olajuwon's triggers were relatively simple, but thus far, it seems like Olajuwon is triggered by any and everything, and if he has some sort of diagnosis, then in my opinion, Katina needs to sit back and evaluate whether or not she can really deal with Olajuwon's needs. Before their scene ends, Pastor Cal gets a little nosy, and he asks Katina whether or not Olajuwon has given her that good old pickle tickle yet. Katina says no, not yet, and Pastor Cal comes back and asks Katina does she know that Olajuwon is physically attracted to her. To me, that's a fair question. Katina reveals that Olajuwon slaps her butt and touches her neck. But to me, that's the equivalent of getting to first base. While it was kind of weird seeing a man of the cloth trying to find out whether Olajuwon is giving Katina that good old beef injection, it is my opinion that Olajuwon is not physically attracted to Katina. Because if he was, he would have at least tried to play hide the zucchini with Katina at some point in their marriage. Olajuwon then meets up with Dr. Pepper, and she wastes no time in asking Olajuwon what he needs to say yes on decision day. Olajuwon rambles on about the things that he needs, but then he brings up the Bumblegate incident. Dr. Pepper remembers the incident, but she decides to address the manner in which Olajuwon spoke to Katina. While I appreciate the intention behind Dr. Pepper's talk with Olajuwon, it was pretty apparent that Olajuwon is getting pretty defensive and agitated with how Dr. Pepper is trying to hold him accountable. And in my opinion, if that had been a man that tried to check Olajuwon, he would have been more reserved and less agitated. One thing I found interesting with Dr. Pepper and Olajuwon's meeting was that she asked Olajuwon what he would decide if today was decision day, and Olajuwon flat out refused to answer. In my opinion, that means he's either trolling Dr. Pepper or that he's still hung up on Katina not being able to cook, the Bumblegate incident, or he just doesn't think he needs to approve on anything. Towards the last 20 minutes of the episode, the remaining couples meet up at a group event. It is at a volleyball venue, and unbeknownst to them, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal are close by, and they're watching everything with the hope that the couple's relationships are on the right track. The volleyball game in itself was pretty funny to watch. Noi was absent from this part of the episode, but even with the team of three, which is Steve, Mark, and Lindsay, they win pretty decisively against the remaining couples. After the blowout game, they all sit around and talk about the progress they made in their marriage, as well as the advice that was given to them by Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal. This is when we get to see the full scene of Olajuwon downplaying his problems in the marriage, as well as him telling the group that his time with Dr. Pepper was a huge waste of time. Then out of nowhere, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal come out to meet the group. Everyone is pretty surprised, but not as surprised as Olajuwon. He's looking like the cat that swallowed the canary. Now, if you haven't seen this episode yet, and if you're looking for a true showdown between Dr. Pepper and Olajuwon, then you'll probably be disappointed. I'm not sure if the episode was super edited, but Dr. Pepper de-escalates the tension by assuring the group that she just wanted Olajuwon to clarify his marital issues for the fans out there. Dr. Pepper also tells the group that she doesn't want to go back and forth with Olajuwon, but Pastor Cal isn't going to let Olajuwon off the hook that easily. Pastor Cal was very direct in looking Olajuwon in the eye and telling him that he needs a woman like Katina. Olajuwon's tone and demeanor definitely changed when Pastor Cal addressed him, and as Pastor Cal attempted to break things down for Olajuwon, it seemed like there was a breakthrough with him. One thing that I noticed with Olajuwon is that just when you think there's a breakthrough with him, when the clock strikes midnight, any progress that you thought would have been made with him is erased and he's back to his usual crazy self. And if you ask me, either Olajuwon and Katina's marriage is completely toxic, or they are just trolling Married at First Sight fans and they're really cool with each other. Either way, I don't see them lasting over a year together after the decision day. But that's just my opinion, and this marks the end of the video. What did you think about Katina and Olajuwon for this episode? Feel free to leave your comments below in the comment section, and I'll reply to each and every comment. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.